Hello, everyone. It's Milan again. It's my pleasure to introduce you AZ from Zenia, who will give a very practical session for you today. Zenia,
Thank
AZ,
you.
it's your turn. Microphone is yours.
Thank you, Milan. It was my pleasure to present to our first. A good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this topic, and I will talk today about how to leverage power of knowledge graph and latest technologies like large language models and machine learning to turbocharge your sales growth. It's not just about sales growth, kind of any processes and it's very reusable pattern and hope you will learn something and maybe reuse what we did, maybe improve more. Just a quick, I'm a founder and CTO of Zenia. Zenia is boutique consulting company, and we specialize in building knowledge graph, enterprise knowledge graph, helping you with any data problems, data lakes, lake houses, a lot of expertise in IPA and automation, and really expertising in building a cognitive or knowledge graph solution. So this is agenda for today. We'll just talk about power of knowledge graph and three pillars and how we build our solution and our accelerator using those three pillars. What's very powerful to really build a good knowledge graph solution. We'll talk about business process use case we pick up and challenges there, and they will showcase how our accelerator on top of Salesforce platform will help that process and processes for lead generation. Then we talk about how we rationalize that process and easy of use and many other benefits. And most of the time I'll spend on technology, on architecture, and I will do live demo. And I'm still technologist, I'm coding all the time, so I like to spend time more. Power of knowledge graph, for me, main three pillars. First one is unified data framework. As we know, data is everywhere. We have structure, unstructure, we have velocity, and utilizing semantics and public or private ontologies. We build a knowledge graph, we semantically connect the data. When knowledge graph is there, right, then we can go to another pillar. We can do a lot of analytics. We can leverage that connecting data, and we can bring a lot of insightful analytics. We can build dashboards and maybe web application and really showcase the value of the knowledge graph to our users. And of course, we need to ensure interoperability with different applications, for data integration, and of course, probably building some extendable APIs that you can share the knowledge graph data. And the last pillar is cognitive insights, using a lot of graph algorithms, non-graph algorithms, large language models. We can predict outcomes. We can uncover patterns, probably hidden patterns, and these things are not so simple and easy with traditional methodologies. We can analyze complex data structure and many other things. So using that power of those three pillars and our accelerators, we pick the sales and marketing lead generation process. Challenge there that teams are really burdened with the manual, error-prone task of identifying, validating, and prioritizing leads. So whole that process of generating leads is very manual and very long. Teams are spending hours manually researching the leads across different data sources, internal, external data sources, and most of data for these accounts turns out to be incomplete or invalid, right? So that's the challenge. We find the solution. There is some quotes on the right. I will not go there in sake of time. So this is our Salesforce accelerator, and it's a key to more efficient, accurate lead identification and classification. And we build everything as a click of the button. Main functionality, it's on top of the Salesforce platform. And main functionality, you will see today in demo in architecture slides that we pulls data from multiple sources, and we connect these data using ontologies and semantics. Then we huge process of reconciliation, cleaning, enhancing, and the data, and pushing everything to graph. We are ready now to do very simple filtering, very classical filtering, where you have a lot of leads. You can use some classification and some filters, very powerful filters, but it could be extendable to any filters based on your needs. We use active and inactive and other filters, and you will see that in the demo. And then, of course, we build a lot of cognitive insights using powerful graph algorithms, and of course, large language models and some classical, machine learning methodologies like extracting data using NLP. And really very popular similarity, not new concept, but we have a similarity where we can you can select the company, and we will show you similar companies for that company. And this all can help you really what we say in your lead generation process, and how we revolutionize this lead generation, because that process is now very simple. We have three main functionality. It's to classify companies. You really just go there, you click on the lead enable button, you select some criteria and some filters. You see the companies, and you can now filter more, and at the end you can save new leads back to the Salesforce. We have a real-time integration with Salesforce. Second use case already explained. It's a similarity. You select the company, or you're saying, oh, this is great leads for me. You can click show similar companies button, and we should bring the similar companies with the score. And again, you can do analytics, explore that using knowledge graph, and then you can again save that back to your Salesforce lead workflow process, and you can continue with your lead generation. And lastly, that analytics component where we explore company information. You can select the company, you click show knowledge graph, and you can go there and explore that information about that company. So what we provide end-to-end workflow within CRM. Doesn't need to be CRM, could be any web application. We are building chatbots where you can do the same functionality there. And we provide seamless lead management and data integration. Our technology, we are using cutting-edge technology. You will see from architecture diagram, and we use some classical patterns, proven patterns. On the front end, everything is based on the Salesforce platform. This is the probably #1 CRM platform today. We created Salesforce.com plugin or adapter for knowledge graph. It's very powerful adapter. For all our machine learning work, we use Gradio to kind of showcase the output of machine learning models. We can explore with the customers value of different models. And of course, we use a lot of Jupyter notebooks for machine learning work. On API and database side, of course, Ontotext GraphDB. We use GraphQL. We have very scalable, nice microservices architecture powered by GraphQL for our APIs. We use Redis as a vector database, and of course for the search APIs and very powerful, fast in-memory database. And then on the machine learning part, we use OpenAI, Llama 2, Claude, and a lot of transformers like sentence transformers with some kind of old-fashioned spacey NLP processes. On the server side, everything is deployed to AWS. We have some local clusters. For all that integration, business process management, any kind of rules management processes, we use WSO2, their platform Courier. And then for reconciliation, mapping to triples, we use Ontotext Refine. So this is an architecture diagram. I will just go quick, and it looks complex, but it's not. I will be able to explain. If you look bottom corner, this is our data sources, how we ingest the data. We have LinkedIn, DBpedia, ZoomInfo, Yahoo, Google Graph, and many other data sources. So our ingestion platform will really create a source a company data file, could be APIs, could be ETL, ELT, that will be ingested in Ontotext Refine. We're using Ontotext Refine to do reconciliation using a knowledge graph, and then of course using a GLAIF. GLAIF is Global Legal Entity Identifier. So we're using GLAIF to really get that unique ID for the company. And on top of that, we did some enrichment, some data from GLAIF data source. And then of course, onto Refine, we do mapping to triples, and then we produce reconciled company, and through our ingestion platform, we use company ontology mapper to RDF, and we push everything to the knowledge graph. A second process part of ingestion platform, we go back for all the companies in our graph. We get the hierarchy, company hierarchy with ultimate parents and their subsidiaries, and we push back again to knowledge graph to just enrich that data. On here, on the right bottom part, this is our large language model service. We have some APIs for that. As you can see, we use just a couple of, as OpenAI and Meta and Hugging Face, we use a lot of machine learning large language models. So we query our graph database. We created embeddings and vectors, and we push these vectors in Redis vector database. We add some extra company data files that you can do classical filtering, not just vector search. And of course, we build a vector index, and for graph vectors, we use Ontotext capabilities to create a vector index, and that you can do similarity. On the top, on the right top corner, you see it is our microservices GraphQL APIs. We have two main APIs. It's a search API and Q&A API. And then on the left, it's a Salesforce platform. We have our SFDC Salesforce.com connector with their UI, and we have API layer, and we have graph layer where we integrate with the GraphDB visual editor, what you will see in the demo. So typical query will be if you hit a company similarity button, it will trigger APIs. If you go to the search, search will call semantic search and couple of vector search services, which will query Redis API, will return k number of similar companies, and everything will be returned back. We have other functionality to, you can provide a text, or you can provide some description of the company. So, go through the same path. We get to our embedding service. We'll real time create a vector. We go back to vector search, and we'll say, based on this text, find me a similar company. And that could be any other concept. And we return back. Other queries was using large language models, so that you can, for example, say, what is the revenue of Apple, or how many employees for Apple. That will trigger that Q&A API. We did some prompt engineering using large language models. We'll query our contextual graph data retrieval. So what we'll do, we'll get our ontology from what we have in our graph database. And based on that ontology, we'll use user system prompt, provided that ontology. And based on that ontology, we'll ask OpenAI to create for us a Sparkle query. And based on that Sparkle query, we'll go through our graph service, query graph, and return results. And of course, here we have a classical way to do things, what I will demo using Spacey, and sometimes, old classical ways to implement some things is working maybe better than the shiny new LLMs. That's all from the from architecture. So demo, our Salesforce accelerator, what we'll demonstrate, we'll demonstrate how our Salesforce accelerators bring tangible benefits to your sales and marketing operations. Could be any other process, business process. I spent a lot of time on IPA. I had like thousands of agents running in production. So, this is very usable pattern. It will help locate new and relevant customers accounts every day. As you will see, it will significantly save time in the process of lead research and management. Will help you and do a lot of reduction in errors and cleaning time to clean the data. And all of this will yield in the lead data quality. I will now jump to demo. This is our Salesforce platform. We integrated here our home where you can ask some kind of English question, get answers. You will see that later on. This is our Zenia Graph list view. It's just implementation of list view on top of Salesforce platform. You can see right now as a salesperson, you have around 25 leads. And of course, you will say, now I need to generate more leads or find more leads. One thing you can do, you can now really take the power of our accelerator. And you can see here, we have a couple of buttons we implemented, and main one is lead enabler. When you click lead enabler, you will see that you have some filtering. It is a flexible filtering, but we have filters for active and inactive, and you can kind of change that filtering, or you can add even your custom filters. On top of that, you can search using and filter by NAIC and SIC codes if you choose so. I will not do that today. And you click submit button. So this will take some time just to be faster. This is result from that query, which will query our knowledge graph and will return all companies we have in knowledge graph. We return around 43 pages. This is around 4,300 companies. You can go back and now you can do some exploration. For example, you can select some company and you can click show knowledge graph button, which will go to the knowledge graph. You can see it's the ADP company. You can double click. As you can see now, you have 4 data sources for that company from from the DBpedia, from LinkedIn, for Yahoo Finance and Zoom Info. Of course, you can go and explore more information we already ingested and clean up. And then on properties, we have like real-time ways that you can, as a name value, add kind of in real-time properties and enhance your data. So based on this, you can really saying, hey, I like these 3 leads. I like to work with as my new leads. So you just click a save leads button. Now it will trigger our real-time integration. Okay. It should something happen. I will try here. So you can select leads and you can save leads. Yeah, it's working now. I don't know what happened, but you see now ADP company is saved in your list, Salesforce list. You can see we added SIC and NAIC code. You can add more information there. And now you can continue with your lead process, whatever is your lead process there. And now that's pretty much on the lead generation filtering and how you can enhance your leads process. Now I will show some capabilities. If you go to home screen, you can query using natural language. We have 2 types of queries. It's a large language model prompt and NLP prompt. Questions similar. Some question you can ask, you can find me the companies that have founded after 2020. You can click a search button. Now that will trigger, it will go to the Redis and all that structure that will create queries, Sparkle query in real time. And now you get information back. You can see it's a company name. It's giving you source because sometimes some information is in one source, another source. And again, you can get to that show knowledge graph. It will show you these companies. And you can probably pick this one. You can see founded 2022. Other query you can do with the classical. Now difference with this implementation, this is a classical NLP extraction. So find me the profit, current year revenue, and last quarter revenue from Apple. So we take these key points or tags, and we have a parameterized Sparkle query, and we'll hit that query. And hitting that query, right, it will return the same results back. You can see gross profit, current revenue, and last quarter. Of course, you can again hit show knowledge graph. you can go to knowledge graph and you can see these data points, and you can do more analytics and figure out what's going on. And I can just showcase, if I can say Apple and city, you can search, and it will now just show you more information. I have a couple of more examples, maybe a little bit more complex queries. This one is get me the name of the companies that have number of employees more than 5 lakh. At the beginning, when we trained the model, we didn't know what is lakh. Now we understand what is lakh. It's very similar use case. Second use case here from LLM prompt was find me the name of the companies. They have current year revenue more than 2 million and previous year revenue more than 5 million. And then this is very similar output you're getting, and you can hit the knowledge graph and see things there. Now, if I go back, and there is a NLP piece, couple of examples is a find me the industry, profit description, headquarters, current year revenue, last quarter. It's very similar use case. Now we're just using NLP to do all these things. And then I'll go back to the Zenia graph. After all of that research and asking questions, now is the time to maybe pick some company and execute that similarity use case. So I'll pick the Citigroup as a financial services. We implemented 2 similarities. It's a graph similarity using Ontotext graph or similarity index and a large language model similarity. So executing based on that company, we go and look the vectors, and as you can see in results, we get the Citigroup. This is our vector score. You can see it's 1.0. Of course, it's the same company, and you can see a list of the similar companies based on that company. And of course, you can do some filtering and things like that, depending what leads you want to find. And lately, if that company is not already in your Salesforce, you can click add button. So I add Morgan Stanley, and let's say I add MetLife, and you will be able to see that back in real time in your Salesforce. If I go back, I can again do the similarity, because similarity concept is I will pick Citigroup. Similarity is very tough topic, and similarity means many things, and semantic is not that clear depending on how you look the company. What does it mean similarity, right? So we implemented this using text similarity. It's very similar. You can see Citigroup is on the top. As you can see, it's a little bit not same order because of different ways to create the vectors. Again, I can click add button. I can enrich my data, and I can go back, and you will be able to see that I ingest in real time more companies there. So I think that's all for the quick demo. I will go back to slides, and then just to key takeaways from this presentation. I hope you enjoy. It's very reusable pattern. It's very reusable way to build a cool knowledge graph or cognitive application, kind of touching all 3 main pillars, which give you a lot of power. And kind of question was what obstacles block the path to sales growth and innovation. And of course, part of other question is to identify use cases where graph technology can make a business processes efficient and automated. And there is a lot of processes and a lot of ways to using this pattern. You can build and help your sales or business growth. And of course, revolutionize your data and cognitive insights with the integration of knowledge graph, large language models, and machine learning. So I'm almost on time, 25 minutes. So just last slide for me is just to say what is Zenia Graph. We are expert IT consulting company. As you can see, we implemented one of the lead generation use cases. Could be any other use case. A lot of expertise to repeat around IPA, RPA, building data lakes, helping your data problems, building AI agents or chatbots and things like that. And this is our contact. We have our virtual booth. So if there is more question, I'm happy to answer. So this is all from my side. Maybe I can go and answer some questions.
Thank you, AZ. Great presentation. Although the font of in Salesforce were a little short and was not very obvious for me at least, but I'm sure that there will be more requests. Maybe it's a good trick to bring more people to request a personal demo, which is a great idea as marketing. There are a couple of questions that I will address immediately. Atanas Kiryakov is asking, can you give us an idea about the accuracy of reconciliation?
Yes, it's a great question, and it's a big topic. Right now, we are mostly using the power of Ontotext Graph DB, and reconciliation went very well. Again, we just pick in this demo, we just pick the subset, maybe like 700 companies. So it's I think it's working well. Percentage, I will say at least like around 70%. We did a couple of manual things. I remember maybe from 500 companies, maybe around 380 is automatically matched. You have maybe 100 plus where you can manually go there and ensure that matching is correct. But it's very pleasing. And on top of that, you can use other techniques like Ontotext Graph DB. They have a way that you can do prominence and ranking. That can help you a lot to improve your reconciliation process. And of course, what I showcase similarity with that similarity index, you can really enhance that, and that can help you increase the numbers for reconciliation.
Thank you. There is one more question in the chat window, and this is, how easily can current Salesforce customers upgrade to the accelerator in terms of time and effort?
Yeah, it is a simple process. Salesforce is a mature platform. So you build the accelerator. They have a exchange, a place where you can go and showcase or put your solution. And based on that, people just need to click to that and install on their Salesforce org. So it's a very simple and easy process in the Salesforce ecosystem.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't see more questions. General comment about the reconciliations from Athanasius. This kind of reconciliation is a very tough problem. Glaive is not the best reference target either. 70% out of the box sounds very good. It's just a positive comment. Thank you, AZ. It was great presentation and cool demo. As marketer, I would like to hear more from you, but this on a private session, of course. And after this presentation, I just want to remind all attendees that there will be 30 minutes break now, and there will be a speed network session, which is a lot of fun. Please join us and try it. Don't be shy. It's just for fun, and you can find new contacts. This is our promise. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, AZ, and take a bit rest now. Thank you.
Bye-bye.